Ladies and gentlemen, you know how sometimes we do a mod spotlight and we showcase these, say, Jagged Fang Designs. We look at some beautiful, well-made, accurate dinosaurs. And then sometimes we look at Garfield. Today's a Garfield day. This is the MOSASAURUS mod uploaded by DRG Gaming and made originally by dinosaurs. And it replaces a Spinosaurus. And there's really not much else to say. Let's just release it. Oh god, what have we done? This is what you get. Everyone wants Mosasaurus in Jurassic World Evolution. This is what you get. I've got to say, okay, so if we ignore the fact it's flying, okay? Now, I'm going to release another one, because this is the bright blue one, and this is actually like the worst skin. Tell you what though, let's watch it eat just for a second. Let's hop into capture mode for that. It is going to eat from the fish feeder, because of course it is a Spinosaurus at heart. There it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. Nice. No, 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 no. There we go. This is what happens when you play God, ladies and gentlemen. We stood on the shoulders of giants. We didn't stop to think whether we should, just whether we could. Okay, I'll talk a little bit more about the Mosasaurus itself in a moment. I do want to pop out another colour. I tried to make the exhibit nice and moist. We'll be redoing that in a second to make it super moist. That's more like, that's pretty cool looking. I don't know what the red's about, but still. I like the sort of teal, lighter blue we've got going on. So my point, if you ignore, if we can somehow bring it upon ourselves to ignore, I don't know, the teeth are red as well, to ignore the fact that it's floating. Just try to put out your mind that for some reason it's floating. I mean, we know why it's floating, because the dinosaur is still using the basal skeleton and everything, and the animations from the Spinosaurus. It's just parts of the model have been shifted around and changed. So it does technically have legs under here, or at least the skeletal animations for the legs are still activating. It's just that the model isn't actually there, it's just up here instead. I will say the actual model is pretty bloody good. I know it looks a little daft and a little strange, but the actual model of the Mosasaurus is genuinely really impressive. The tail looks great, it's even fluked at the end, which you would like. It's got the kind of rough, ragged back that you'd expect from the Mosa, the spine from the Spino, it's all but gone. It's got 4 little flippers. The back ones are a little bit weird looking and pointy outy, but it's got 4 flippers, and just the general body shape and the head of the Mosa not only looks, what are you doing? Not only looks like a Mosasaurus, but it looks very specifically to me like the Jurassic World Mosasaurus. So as much as this is a bit of a meme, and I hope that's the intention, I'm not insulting anyone. As much as it is a little bit of a meme, it must be said that it looks pretty cool, and it's actually a really well-made, well-put-together mod. Let's check out some of the other colours. I really want to see this eat somebody. It's very much the goal for today. I'll tell you what, I think there's lots of different colours. Yes, let's just pop them all out. Let's see what we've got. There's a bright red, terrifying Darth Maul looking one over there. Every time I see red and black, I instantly go Darth Maul. Oh, it's just red. That's pretty cool, actually. Lots of colour variety. If you want lots of colour variety in your random floating Mosasauruses, that's pretty sweet, actually. Now you can get that as well. I mean, I genuinely am impressed, at least a little bit. This one's still my favourite, I think. I think that's very cool looking. I mean, cool looking in so much as a Mosasaurus is ever going to be cool looking, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, we don't have bloody Mosasaurus in Jurassic World Evolution, right? We've got to do something. I'm surprised this was the default one. That is very blue, whereas this one looks a little bit more appropriate, I would say. Got a darker orange one over there, and over here we have what looks to be a sort of pale green with, again, a little bit of that bloody red underbelly. And there we go, there are our 6 different Mosasaurus colours. This is the first floating creature I've seen in Jurassic World Evolution. It's very impressive. Right, so, you need to kill people. Let's start work on that a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to close that off there. We're going to delete this. I really want to get some moistness on the way, at least a moderate amount of moistness. Just so it looks a little bit more appropriate. Right now it doesn't really look like it's in the water. I don't think it's ever going to look like it's in the water, but we can get closer, you know? At the very least, we can get closer, I think. If we just delete all this rubbish, build a fence around there so they can't go through. Something like that. Grab a big old brush. There we go. Right. MOSASAURUS. Let's get rid of the fish feeder. Can't be having that, can we? Can't be having that. So again, shout out to Medinosaurs and DRG Gaming. Medinosaurs for actually creating this monstrosity, this beautiful monstrosity. I think it's fun sometimes. I know some people hate this kind of thing, but I think it's fun sometimes to look at the crazier things that people are doing. The things that are a little bit more out there, a little bit more nuts. I think there's a lot of enjoyment in that, personally. And I would really want to see them kill somebody. So let's pop open the door. I believe dinosaur combat is already maxed out. Let's get rid of this as well. I want to open up the field as much as possible to get lots of water in there. There we go. Beautiful. That's what we've been looking for. Look at that. Right, I really want to take a thumbnail here. Can you get outside of each other? That would be great. It's honestly incredible. It's so strange. Look at him bounding along. You think, if there was a way to make them not float, if there was a way to bring them, at the very least, down towards the ground, I think it would look pretty great. I think it would be close to, you know... Oh. Oh god, guys! It's so weird. Why you all stand there? I suppose there's no legs. They think they're going to be fine. They think they're just going to walk underneath it, but no luck. Oh, right, here we go, here we go. Capture mode, capture mode. That's a little terrifying. Unfortunately, the lighting's not great, but hey, it's our first kill. It looks like an eldritch monster. It looks like some bizarre deep-sea eldritch creature that's arisen from the depths. It's still going in the meat pack. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. I really want to see one in better lighting. That was a little bit shoddy just because of the darkness. Darkness. This one's got potential. Just wait for someone to fall over. That's all we ever need. Oh, guys! Guys, no! This isn't not it. This is not it at all. It's killed thousands upon thousands of them. Okay, we've got a guy in the water here. Usually the water actually despawns your guests, but I think because he's locked into the animation, it's not going to do it. Okay. Oh god, how do you do that? He's crawling. Oh god, he's crawling under the water. Da 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 da. I mean, it's closer because of the water. It's not there yet, but it's closer. It's the way the tail moves and that fluke at the end and the bizarre combination of the Spino-esque head and the fact it's floating. Look, it dives down into the water to wrap him up. I love that. It's kind of like a reverse... Okay, we're going to stick with the Eldritch theme. Imagine you're kind of like in films we've seen before where the above water and the below water land kind of flips. You know, you see some images sometimes where it's kind of like... It looks like you're standing on the surface of the ocean. Or you're standing in the ocean, but it's actually the other way around, and like below you is the land. That's what we've got to pretend this is. This is all water here, and then under there is the world itself. That's the idea, I think. I do not see this ending well for anybody in this area. I mean, is that not the most beautiful thing you've seen today? It's like the sheer force of will around the creature just kills everybody in the area. It doesn't need to contact them. It doesn't need to touch them. It's just this bizarre floating beast that exudes some fume or toxin or something, or just the sheer magical power of this monstrous creature kills everybody in the vicinity. People die of sheer fear from the horror of what they're observing. It's beautiful. Anyways, there isn't really much else to say on this. It's a very strange MOSASAURUS mod. As I say, like, it is a bit of a meme, let's be honest, because it's floating. But, and I do want to stress this, the actual design work here, the actual modelling, the actual work to make it look like a Mosasaurus is genuinely really, really good, and I don't want to downplay that for a second, even if it is a little bit jokey, you know, in how it ends up looking. The actual work that's done here is really, in my opinion, really, really impressive. We're going to watch one more kill, because this is my favourite skin off the bunch, and I also really like it when they fall into the water. And that looks great. It genuinely does. Right, let's get down. Back up a little bit, try to get the whole thing in for once. Here we go. Take us home, buddy. Take us home. Just observing him. Imagine that this is the other way around. That dude's just swimming in the ocean, and then this jaw pops up and snaps him down into the sea below, and then, you know, wiggles him around and eats him, basically. Beautiful. Majestic. Incredible. Right, so that is the Mosasaurus mod by Madinosaurus and DRG Gaming. If you do want to use it in your parks, you know, download it, replace it with Spinosaurus, give it a go. It's up to you guys, really. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you, yeah, I don't know. I think this is cool. That's all that matters. Shut up. Thank you for joining me. Cheers much love as always. If you did enjoy this video, you think this is a well-built mod, go give them some love on the mod page. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider throwing me a like and a comment, because it helps me sleep at night. Thank you for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Road.